Thank you. Mr. Kelly is recognized for questions.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you all for being here. It's incredible. You all have the same story, maybe a little different version of it, the same story, because we know education is the key to everything. And I'm fascinated. I know if you're running for governor, please don't tell parents they have nothing to say about their child's education. That's a sure way to lose an election. I sat on a school board for 4 years, and I was amazed because when we'd had public to be heard, the first problem people had was the coach wasn't teaching or coaching their child the right way. The second thing was the bus didn't stop close enough to their home, and the third thing was the taxes were too high, not what did it buy. So this product that we're talking about today, when we talk about a 529, the ability for a parent to invest in his or her child's future is the key to their success and the key to our country becoming stronger every way, every day. I just am amazed by it. So Mr. Redmond and I were talking before the hearing, and we both were in the automobile business for a while. I'm still in it, by the way, and the 6th and the 21st every month are really important to me and important to the people who we work with because they expect to get paid. So you were what they call the TO manager, right? Which is a turnover. I don't know if people understand that. The TO is the person at the dealership, and there's an old saying, and it goes, nobody walks until I talk. And what it is, so whoever it is that's in looking at your product, that's the deal. But the biggest thing that we face in our business right now, and everybody does, is the lack of trained people, educated people. We cannot find mechanics. They are not grease monkeys. They are highly trained technical people. We cannot find people in the body shop. They are now dealing with composites. They're dealing with all different kind of products. It's a different world and it's a different time that requires a different skill. Ms. Settler, when I heard your comments, I got to tell you, I can remember going through this with our children. And I can remember my wife one day, we dropped kids off, and she said, listen, I got to go back to school. I said, why did you forget to do something for Colin or for Charlotte? She goes, no. I mean, I'm going back to school to finish my teaching degree, and she did. And she did. I can't think of anything more important than us allowed to actually invest in our child's future. This is incredible. And by the way, this is not political. I don't know that these kids know what their parents, how they vote or how they think. I think they just think about going to school. What a horrible thing we did for 3 years is to isolate those people and take that out of their experience to work with other people. All of you are talking about the same thing. Why shouldn't people paying taxes have a choice in where those taxes go? And when it comes to education, my goodness. There's no other place in the world where everybody got a chance to get educated. And I wish that was still the case today. And Ms. Varma, I'll ask you, each of you, if you just could give your personal, and I know your testimonies were all great. I want to start with Ms. Settler because she comes from Pittsburgh area, Brentwood, and go Steelers. If you could just share, because I think your story as a parent is where we need to go. And then Mr. Redmond, Mrs. Varma, and Mr. DeAngelis, Mr. Melcon, all of you. But if you would, Ms. Settler, talk about whenever we had this exchange down here about why it's so important to you.
I gave life to my children. I made sacrifices for them. And I refuse to allow them to be sacrificed in a system that doesn't work for them. And so that's why I work hard every day to make sure other children don't have to sacrifice either. So any way we can lighten that load for our children and lighten that load for our families is critical, because you're right, they are 25% of the population, but 100% of our future. I don't see any better way to spend our time, our resources, and our focus than on that 100% of our future.
Yeah, quite a return on the investment. Mr. Redmond.
You know, I was thinking of a young gentleman who was about 18, 19 years old, who came to our school. Actually, his parents brought him to our school. And college wasn't for him, you know. And they just wanted to know if he was going to be okay driving the truck. And I assured him that he would be. And as many parents who come to my school, I wink at them and say, I'll take care of him personally, you know. And it makes me proud to say that these young folks who are maybe 18, 19 years old, who really don't know what to do with their lives, but for a small amount of money, they can get a CDL and go to work immediately and gain responsibility, because every parent wants their child to be responsible.
Let me ask you real quick. Please tell people what a CDL is.
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, a CDL is a commercial driver's license. My apologies.
Thank you. Ms. Farmer.
Thank you. Besides Denzel Washington, who's my favorite actor of all times, but Dr. Ben Carson comes after that, and that's because of his story. I wanted to become a neurosurgeon since 8 years old because I saw his story. My parents always showed us different, I used to hate it, but now I love that they did, but show us different biographies and documentaries. But watching his story was similar to mine because my mom made a lot of sacrifices. And because she knew he had a gifted mind and he struggled. And just like him, I didn't think I was smart. And my brother failed the second grade, and he's a chemical engineer. And I'm standing in front of you today telling that story. And so why I'm so passionate about this is because we have so many gifted minds, which is the title of his movie, if you have never watched it. Well, gifted hands, but I could say gifted minds. We have so many gifted minds that are just not being tapped into because we just send them off and we write them off. And we say, wait 20 years, wait 10 years, wait 5 years, wait 2 years. But we don't have that time. I said this is a really critical time in a child's life, in their academic life. And if you keep telling parents to wait, they don't want to wait anymore. We don't want to hear that. We want to be able to decide what school we go to. Thank you.
Thank you.